Today on Can Haz Armory, an insidious little problem that only shows up in foil and epee when you tighten the guard. Okay, so this one comes up if the wiring job on some of the foil, usually an epee, is along the sloppy side. If you have too much glue back of the shoulder and it gets onto the insulation and it bunches it up, or if the hole's not big enough, or some other way, as you put the guard down, it catches the wire. And it could cut through the wire, insulation, cut through the wire, and that's where the problem crops in. Okay, so the problem with this one comes from partially from the notch in the guard not being wide enough to really accommodate two wires with the spaghetti tubing on it, depending on how big it is. This is mostly an epee problem, sometimes in foil, and sometimes it's you get glue on the shoulder that bunches that spaghetti wire up. It makes a big lump. Sometimes happens in foil as well. And the problem that causes is you pushing the guard down, as it goes over the wire, it may strip through the spaghetti wire. It may strip the insulation on the actual wire. So you see how much guard play this has here. So I'm going to tighten this grip up. Watch what the guard does as I tighten it up. Okay. You see it moving, right? Now, that causes a problem because as you tighten it up, this happens. So here's an example of the guard biting into the insulation of the wire. This particular one actually was not causing a problem. I could fix it by replacing the spaghetti wire if possible, or just painting over it with super glue or whiteout, typically super glue. But that's not as bad a problem as it could have been. The next picture is worse. So this is the bad one. You can see where the nick was. You see copper showing through, and the problem that creates is as the guard tightens, because the guard and socket's kind of thick, it moves up. He's pushing the contact with the wire there, and that's where your shorting pops in. It's insidious. It's hard to find. Again, easy to fix if it doesn't call for a rewire. Just need to paint over some super glue, but when you're putting it together, make sure there's enough room in the notch. Make sure there's no bunched up wires because of glue there. That's what's going to happen. Happened me many times in the past. It's usually a wiring error by whoever's doing the wiring. But that's the problem to look for. It's hard to find, but if you find it, you'll just go, God, why? As always, happy armoring.